It's time again for the Science Bowl.
Zoo Parade for 5. What big teeth the hippo has are actually a pair of these. Science Potpourri for 10. Would a snake most likely eat every day? Every week, Dateline Science for 10. Why are some elephants wearing necklaces these days? Green things for 15.
And now, here's your host, Mr. Z himself, Dave Zarin.
Thank you and welcome to the Science Bowl, the beginning of our elementary competition in this school year. We've been around for 39 years and we continue our tradition here. Today we have two outstanding elementary schools. Let's meet them right now. First of all, joining us from Laurel Elementary, say hello to Jonathan. You can wave to everybody, Jonathan. Caden is here. If these guys look familiar, they were here last year too, representing their school. Joined by Temmie, nice to have you back as well. They're playing against Yorktown Elementary School. And say hello to Phaedra over there. She's a fourth grader. Jocelyn, she is back for a second year. Always good to have you back, Jocelyn. And Ron Gabriel here for the first time. Here on the Science Bowl, we have 6 categories of questions. And if you're unfamiliar with them, let's share them with you right now.
Okay, Mr. Z, here's today's categories. Green things, questions about plants and all things green and growing. Zoo Parade, a Noah's Ark of questions about animals. Body systems, we'll see how much you know about yourself, about things like breathing and growing and digesting your food. Let's get physical. Questions that test your knowledge of physics and chemistry, earth science and space science. Then there's Science Potpourri. Here's a grab bag of science questions, everything from air pollution to the kitchen sink. And finally, Dateline Science. We'll ask you about science history and science in the news.
And here on the Science Bowl, we arrange our game board according to question difficulty.
Okay, Mr.
Easier questions on the left worth 5 and 10 points. Tougher ones worth 15, 20, and ultimately 25, the toughest of them all. Both of our teams start out at 50 points. No penalties ever for incorrect answers. End of the 2 rounds, one of these 2 good-looking teams will come back to play our game again and perhaps advance to this year's semifinals. Let's go over and make sure everything works properly before we start. Caden, how about that buzzer? Give it a try. All right, looks and sounds good. Good luck to you, Jonathan, and to Temmie and Jocelyn. How about the green team? It looks A-OK over there as well. Good luck to Phaedra and to Jocelyn and to Ron Gabriel. Congratulations, guys, on being here representing your schools. We know you're great students, and I know you're going to show everybody that in just a few moments here. Good luck. We go alphabetically on a Science Bowl, L before Y. So Laurel and Caden, let's play this game.
Zoo Parade for 5.
Zoo Parade for 5 points. In the comic strip, in the paper, for Sherman's Lagoon, there was a jellyfish who refused to enter a fight. He was accused of having no backbone, which of course is true because a jellyfish is a what? It's a what, Yorktown?
Invertebrate.
It's an invertebrate, that's right. They don't have backbones to begin with, yeah. So no reason to call them yellow. Okay, go green.
Let's get physical for 10, please.
Physical for 10 points, all right. While it can be solidified at very low temperatures or vaporized at very high temperatures, this is the only metal that exists in liquid form at room temperature. Yorktown.
Mercury.
Mercury, absolutely right. And of course, it's very dangerous too. It used to be in thermometers. They took it out because it is a very toxic element. Okay, go green. You're off to a fast start.
Is green things for 5 open?
Green thing?
Oh. Okay, green things for 5, please.
Green things for 5. A river's channel and its banks are only made possible because these tree parts stabilize the ground. Yorktown.
Roots.
The roots. The roots hold the soil in there. Come on, guys, you got to talk to each other. I want to see some ferment over there. All right, go green.
Body systems for 10, please.
Body for 10. To judge if something is legitimate or not, people often wonder if it will pass this test, the name of one of our senses. Does it pass the what test? Yorktown. What you got?
The touch test?
Not the touch test. That's a good try. One of your senses, if something doesn't seem right, you might say, hey, that doesn't pass what test?
The smell test?
Again?
The smell test?
The smell test. That's exactly right. Good. Yeah, you said it so softly. I thought that sounded right to me. Nice going, Caden. Come on, go.
Zoo Parade for 10.
Zoo Parade for 10? Here's your question. the emoji library. When you're using your phone, you use emojis. The emoji library has plenty of birds and mammals to choose from, but just one of these, a frog. It's the only what on the emoji library? Yorktown.
Amphibian.
It's the only amphibian up there. Absolutely right. Okay, let's turn that one out and go back to the green team.
Let's get physical for 5, please.
Physical for 5 points. It was a man by the name of Alessandro Volta who invented the first electric pile, the forerunner of what energy sources that power Yorktown.
Electric battery.
Batteries is right. Yes, indeed. I was about to say the things that power our phones and flashlights and tablets. Yes, Phaedra, thanks for your help on that. Go, Jocelyn.
Body systems for 5, please.
Body for 5. Did you watch the Olympics last summer in Paris, any of it? Watching the close finish of the girls' gold medal basketball game in the Olympics had lots of people nervously biting their what?
Nails.
Yorktown.
Nails.
Their nails. Oh, they were watching, probably like your sponsors and your parents right now, biting their nails down there. Okay, go green.
Dateline science for 5, please.
Dateline 5. Okay, kind of an interesting question. Listen carefully. The answer will surprise you. The bones of what is likely a new species of dinosaur, new kind of herbivorous sauropod that was the largest ever land animal, is being called Natalie. That's spelled with the first letter G, because the paleontologists who discovered her were bothered by so many of these G. Yorktown?
Gnats.
Gnats. There were so many gnats all over them. They said, we're going to call this thing Natalie, but we're going to spell it with a G. Nice listening. 5 more points. Go.
Science potpourri for 5, please.
Potpourri for 5. Based on their name, some schools must have both positive and negative sides that, like these devices that help us with directions.
Compass.
Compass, but what's inside?
Oh. Arrow?
Not quite, not quite. Has a positive and a negative side. Sometimes schools are called these. Yorktown?
Magnets.
Magnet. I want a magnet school. That's what I want to hear. Good. Go green.
Science potpourri for 10, please.
Potpourri for 10. This is disturbing. Long before the government was watching what we ate and drank, to make more money, milk producers used to fool the public by mixing a pint of lukewarm water with a quart of milk, and then whitening it by adding calcium carbonate in the form of this that is often used to write with on blackboards and sidewalks. Yorktown?
Chalk.
Chalk. They put chalk in the milk to make it white. Thank goodness the Food and Drug Administration came along and changed all that. Buzzer is rung. End of the first round. Score, Laurel 60, Yorktown 110. We'll be back with more Science Bowl in just a moment. Don't go away. And welcome back to Science Bowl, the second half. Before we ask any more science questions, let's find out a little bit about our players here. At the top of the show, I mentioned some of them are back for their second time. It's so nice to have them back again. Let's go over to Laurel. We've got our fifth graders here, their last year at Laurel Elementary School. Caden, tell us about your school. Who's your principal?
Mr. Harris.
Wonderful. And who is your coach?
Mr. Walker.
Mr. Walker, yes. We've known Mr. Walker for many years. He's a great guy, and I know he's a good teacher at your school as well. Tell me, you had no alternates on your team. Tell me something about Laurel that you like and you tell people about, you brag about.
So our school always keeps us up to date with our growth and our data on test scores, and we also really have a bunch of interactive assemblies that we can have fun with.
That's very nice. Thank you for sharing that with us. And you know, it's good to know where you stand so you have a goal to shoot for. So sharing those kinds of scores, that's very important. What do you want to do someday, Caden?
I want to be a marine biologist.
Yes, and he does not have a copyright on that. All three of these young men want to be marine biologists. And are you all three soccer players too? Not one, not. Okay, almost, almost. All right, nice to have you back here, Caden. Jonathan, what do you like about the Science Bowl? Why'd you come back?
Because I just love science.
Yeah. What do you like especially about it?
Animals.
Animals. Yeah. Do you have any pets at home?
Yeah, I have a pet cat.
Oh, yeah. And so you take care of it? How about veterinary medicine? Do you ever think about that?
Not much.
You're a young guy. Plenty of time to figure out everything out. What do you do in your spare time?
I just play games.
You play games. Yeah, you're a typical guy. You use this time of your life to do that sort of thing. Timmy, why'd you come back?
I just feel science fun.
Yeah, science is kind of addictive after a while, and it's a hands-on kind of thing, and it helps explain a lot of things that take place in the world here. What do you hope to do someday?
I'll be a marine biologist.
You have to talk a little louder.
Be a marine biologist.
Marine biology. How'd you get interested in that?
Oh no, I just like the ocean and stuff.
Yeah, ocean stuff. There are a lot of programs on TV that take you down, and when they discovered the Titanic, and they discovered all those, how some of those materials are still pretty much intact, and some of the creatures that live down in total darkness. It is amazing. Good luck to you in that career aspiration. Let's go to Yorktown. Jocelyn, tell us who your principal is.
Our principal is Dr. Aiken.
All right, out there rooting for you. And your coach?
Coach Kelm.
Wonderful. All right. And Yorktown was a previous champion in our 39-year history. I know you'd like to repeat that. Any alternates on your team?
Yes, we have 2 alternates, Paula and Mary.
And they were out there waiting to hear their names. You've done good, Jocelyn. We'll bring them out and give them some FaceTime in just a few moments here. Let me ask you what I asked Hayden. What is something about Yorktown that you want everybody to know?
We do a special program. It's like a tag program, sort of. But we did this last year, too. We as a school pet, we have a diamondback terrapin.
Oh, wow. And how do you take care of that?
So the kids in tag, which we have multiple different grade levels in it, the kids will feed the terrapin. Its name is Jessie. We don't know. I mean, Shelly. That was last year.
There are a number of schools that are raising turtles like that, terrapins, to release in Chesapeake Bay. Is that one of them there?
Yes.
It is. All right. Yeah. It's amazing how quickly they grow. What do you want to do someday?
I want to have a career and a part-time job. I want my part-time job to be a substitute teacher and my career to be a pediatric endocrinologist.
You're so well-spoken. You could be a communicator, too. Keep up your good work. Phaedra, nice to have you here for the very first time. Why'd you want to be on the Science Bowl?
My dad is a physicist, and I have liked science for a long time.
Wow, so you didn't fall far from Dad's influence there. I know he's very proud of you. Would you like to be a scientist yourself?
No, I would like to be a general practitioner or research doctor.
Yeah. Well, and that is that's science is involved with that too. Yeah, good luck in the second half. Ron Gabriel, here you are. You want to be an engineer? You told me a civil engineer or a naval engineer. You must be really good at math too, huh?
Uh-huh, I am.
Yeah, what do you do in your spare time?
I swim, and I play soccer, and I watch TV.
Yeah, and do you have a favorite television show, Ron Gabriel?
Science Bowl.
Thank you. Give that man an extra 100 points. Thank you, young man. Nice to have you here. Let's get back into the game. Last correct answer came from the green team. Yorktown's at 110. Laurel's at 60. Jocelyn, you get to pick. All right, come on, Laurel. Let's get into it. Not the time to slink back. Give us all your attention here. Go.
Dateline science for 10, please.
Dateline science for 10 points. The rise in sea levels around the world is mainly the result of ice melting from this ice-covered island. Laurel?
Antarctica? Melting? Icebergs?
Oh, that's a good try. Not Antarctica. Let me finish here. The rise in sea levels around the world is mainly the result of ice melting from this ice-covered island, the world's largest.
Greenland?
Greenland, yeah. You were probably saying, which one do we say? Greenland, Iceland, Antarctica. Good try. Get them next time. Go green.
Green things for 10, please.
Green for 10. This is interesting. Corn is an unusual plant since it's both a grain and one of these. It's also a what, Jocelyn?
Vegetable?
It's a vegetable. Yes, it is. Good. Were you going to say that, Caden? Did you know vegetable?
Yeah, we
All right, get them. Come on. Go, green.
Body systems for 15, please.
Body for 15. Alcohol is not recommended, get this, for sterilizing surgical instruments because it does not kill off these, such as the ones produced by molds. All right, Yorktown. Talk among yourselves. Come on, Jonathan. Give him an idea. Yorktown, what you got?
Bacteria?
Not bacteria. Good try. I'll repeat the question for you, Laurel. Alcohol, not recommended for sterilizing surgical instruments because it won't kill off these, such as the ones produced by molds. Any idea? We're talking about spores. Spores. You know, it's like mushrooms produce spores, and it's a kind of mold there. All right, go again, please. Green.
Let's get physical for 15, please.
Physical for 15 points. This is kind of a fun question. Listen carefully. Seen on a t-shirt recently was this slogan: if it moves, it's biology. If it stinks, it's chemistry. And if it doesn't work, it's this branch of science. It's physics. It's physics. Go again, green. Go again, green.
Science potpourri for 15, please.
Potpourri for 15, multiple choice. Cheese. If you like cheese, you probably know the answer to this. Cheese is made when bacteria digest the natural sugars in milk to produce which of the following? Lactic acid, acetic acid, or citric acid? Jocelyn.
Lactic.
Lactic. Anytime you see LAC, you know it has something to do with milk, like lactose intolerance. Go again, green. Don't argue. Don't argue. Just, like I say, make sure you just kind of listen and do this in a mannerly a way that you can think straight. Go, green.
Dateline science for 15, please.
Dateline for 15 points. Scientists are now delivering medicine, get this, directly into tumors or injuries by injecting very tiny robots with this N initial prefix that means 1/100000th. Yorktown. You got our mathematician over there. Any idea? Let's go to Laurel. Laurel, what is this N initial prefix that means 1/100000th that describes the very tiny robots that are being injected to help cure things that are going on in your body?
Nano or nanobots?
Nano is what I want to hear. That's what I want. Okay. All right, Jonathan, I like that. Good. All right. Let's go. Get cooking here. Go. Red. Go, Caden. Pick.
Green things for 15.
Green things for 15 points. Hummingbirds are great to watch. Listen to this. Since hummingbirds are the most hyperactive of all birds, they have to feed constantly on this sugary substance. Laurel?
Nectar. Nectar.
Nectar, that's it. That's why they visit all those flowers, one after another after another. Good. 2 in a row. Go.
Zoo parade for 15.
Zoo parade for 15 points. Look at the picture in on the monitor here in the studio. Strange looking bird coming up called a Watsine. This Watsine bird of South America eats only leaves, which are hard to digest. And it has separate stomachs, get this, where the leaves ferment, making the creature more like a cow than a bird, since it releases what? Smelly M-initial gas. Yorktown. Name it.
Methane?
Methane. They those birds smell. No one else wants to be around them. Okay, good answer. Got yourself 15 points. Go green.
Let's get physical for 20, please.
Let's get physical for, did you say 20?
Yes, please.
Here it is. A man recently lived for 58 days with a mechanical heart that resisted corrosion, mechanical wear, and was made of a chemical with the symbol capital T small I. T small I. Yorktown.
Titanium?
You got it right. It was a titanium heart. So many things today made of titanium, even airplane parts, because it resists corrosion. Go again, please, green.
Body systems for 20, please.
Body for 20. All right, the answer to this question is a letter of the alphabet. Listen. To keep your windpipe open when you're not breathing, it's surrounded by a series of cartilage rings. But to give the pipe room to expand when you are breathing, the rings aren't complete circles, but rather just 180 degrees of a circle, so the rings look like what letter of the alphabet? Yorktown.
C.
Say it again.
C.
As in?
Carrot.
Yes, that's correct. Yes, C it is. All right, good. Nicely done. You got a couple little C's here that are just not joined so that the windpipe can expand. Kind of neat. All right, good answer. Go green.
Science potpourri for 20, please.
Potpourri, 20 points. It's a wonder some of us are still here. When I was your age, children's chemistry sets included blowtorches, glass blowing equipment, hot plates, cyanide, and even the radioactive ore of this U-initialed radioactive element. Laurel?
Uranium.
Uranium, that's it, Jonathan. Exactly. So we worked with radioactive materials. We had blowtorch. It's a wonder we didn't kill ourselves and everybody around us. Okay, go red.
We're going Zoo Parade 25.
Zoo 25. All right, here's the big one in that category. Speaking of chemistry sets, there's something called diatomaceous earth, which is made of tiny creatures called diatoms that you find in the ocean. That diatomaceous earth, if you sprinkle it on insects, it dries them out. They die by absorbing all the oils and fats from this outside covering of the insect, which is known as what? What is it known as, Yorktown?
Exoskeleton?
You got that right. The exoskeleton is dried out, and that's why diatomaceous earth, if you sprinkle it in your garden, it can kill a lot of beetles and things out there that you don't want there. Okay, good. Go. Green.
Dateline science for 20, please.
Dateline, 20 points. See if you know some history here. A kind of water mold attacked the leaves of what plant in the mid-1800s that led to the Great Famine in Ireland, since the plant's starchy vegetable was the basis of the country's diet? Name that vegetable, Laurel.
Wheat.
Not wheat. No, good try. This starchy vegetable was the basis of the diet in the country of Ireland.
Corn?
Potato. The Great Potato Famine. The Great Potato Famine. Yeah, I knew you knew it. You'd heard about it before. All right, nice try, guys, all of you. Go green.
Zoo Parade for 20, please.
Zoo for 20. While some carnivorous animals stalk their prey and chase it, others, like crocodiles, they stay still and wait for a meal to come by. That's known by what initial term? Yorktown. It's just sitting, waiting. What do we call that? Initialed. Laurel, any idea? Initialed. Ambush, that's it. Jonathan, you were sitting, you're holding out on me over there. Okay, go red. Go ahead, Caden. Pick.
Green things for 20.
Green things for 20 points. Practically all of America's elm trees have died because of Dutch elm disease. The beetle that spread it repeatedly skeletonized these plant parts, making photosynthesis impossible. Yes. What did they skeletonize, Yorktown?
Leaves?
Yeah, they just ate the leaves. All that was left was like the little parts in the center there. All right, good answer. Go. Green.
Body systems for 25, please.
Body, 25 points. I know you know this one. When you go to a doctor and he's checking your reflexes, or she's checking your reflexes, doctor maybe taps your knee. When a doctor taps on a body part to evaluate its condition, the sound he or she listens for has what same name as the band section that includes drums? Yorktown.
Percussion.
Percussion. Thank you, Ron Gabriel. I saw you mouthing it over here. Good answer. Good. Grow green.
Let's get physical for 25, please.
Physical 25, big one in that category. All right, let's look at the monitor in the studio, please, for this question. You've probably seen these before. Newton's pendulum, the little balls in Newton's pendulum, they swing back and forth, and they keep going back and forth, but eventually they stop as they lose energy to air friction, to sound energy when they collide, and to this that's generated when they bump together. What's generated when they bump together that acts to slow them down? Yorktown.
Friction?
Not quite. What kind of energy is being generated there that helps to slow it down? What you got, guys? Come on, pull it out. Friction's involved.
Static?
It's heat.
Oh.
Heat is generated there. The buzzer is rung. It looks like Yorktown has won this. We'll double check that score. Be back with you in just a moment. Don't go away. And welcome back, everybody. We've been laughing here in the studio when when Laurel came out, they told their coach, we lost. But it was everyone had a good time here today. Nobody loses on the Science Bowl. Everyone is a winner, and I know you'd agree. Our final tally today is Laurel 130, Yorktown 270. Round of applause, please, for that Yorktown team. Ron Gabriel and Jocelyn and Phaedra, well done. And tell us who's back there, Jocelyn.
This is our coach, Coach Callum. This is our alternate, Paula. This is our second alternate, Mary, and this is our sponsor, Miss Brunette. All
wearing matching shirts. You guys look great here today. Good luck in the next round. And let's have a round of applause for this team. Laurel, they came alive in that second half. You guys were smiling throughout. Tell us who's back there. He's a friend of ours.
This is Mr. Walker.
It is indeed Mr. Walker. Mr. Walker, thanks for bringing your kids here today. We loved having them, and we loved having you. Tune in again next time for another edition of Science Bowl. Until then, I'm Mr. Z. Bye-bye.